game 2 here at the Mcdonell tournament for the Immanuel Lutheran Lancers taking on the Pacelli Cardinals. Pacelli in their first game. Lancers lost their first game in 2 sets, 25-17 and 25-12. As they look to bounce back and get to 500 in this tournament. Now are 6-3 on the year. After this game, Lancers will have a 2-game break before taking on Newman Catholic. Should be starting around 1 to 2, as long as everything goes smoothly. As Pacelli will start off the serving here in this game with Peyton back to serve. Back up by Gergel, Starling going to set one up for Koenig. To the back corner, touch back and out of play. The Lancers strike first and go up 1-0. And it'll be Leduc back to serve. Good spot, sliding save, gonna set one back. And blocked enough by Radicola. Back across opposite side, into the net. And that'll be 4 hits. Lancers get a block early, hoping to show how the tone will be set here in this game. Struggled with blocking for most of the year. It did a lot better toward the end of that Regis game. Serve received and set back center. Diving save by Leduc, and Lancers are in the net. Which puts the Cardinals on the board and brings them within 1. The back corner, Radical's there. Thompson, good spot over the nets. Fake the set and just tipped it over her head right down the line. And the Lancers go up 3-1. And it'll be Thompson back to serve as Russell enters for the Cardinals. Good spot, dug up center. Gonna set one to the right side, blocked enough by Koenig, but onto the Lancer side. Van Order back to serve. The back received by Gergel. Koenig steps back to get it. Gonna bounce him back to Radical. Back line out of play. Cardinals side up at 3. As Van Order heads back, trying to give him a lead. Dug up by Gergel. Set for Radical. The corner drops one down. Beautiful spot for Radical, and the Lancers go up 1. Bartles and Quaid entering in for Koenig and Gergel. And it'll be Bartles back to serve. Sent back. Gonna run up to get it. Ends up running into another Cardinal. And coming up short. Lancers go up by 2, 5-3, as Bartles continues to serve. The back sent across. Pulls him back up on the run and blocked it out by Radicola. Lancers now up 3, 6-3. To get it, gonna bounce one back. Up center, is gonna float it over. Starling across. For Radical on the run, trying to poke it up. And Cardinals in the net. It's on the way. As the Lancers now up 4, 7-3. And a ball from the opposite court comes into play. They will get rid of that. And Bartles back to serve. Sends high off the ceiling and back down. Just ended up nicking the rafters, changed its direction, and the Cardinals couldn't quite readjust. 8-3, Lancers up 5. And another ball from the opposite court. That game yet to start. It'll be Newman Catholic versus Columbus Catholic. Cardinals now back to serve. Sends high on the rung and a bump it back up close to the net. Gonna just punch it over. Radical's there. Thompson up for Radical. Good poke, but just touched off the top of the net and rolls back down. Right idea, just couldn't get enough height on it. As the Cardinals on the run and bring themselves back within 4. 8-4. And number 11, Nelson will enter and will head back to serve. Back received by Leduc. Thompson bumps one back. Radical good touch, and she'll drop down another. 9-4, the Lancers get it right back. And it'll be Radical back to serve. Straight center hard to the ceiling and right back down. 10-4, the Lancers go up now by 6. That one into the net. And the lead cut down to 5. Jaden back to serve for the Cardinals. Right to Radical. Thompson will set one up for Leduc on the run to the back line. Touched out of play. And the Lancers get it back within 6. And now Starlin back to serve for the Lancers. And a lift going to be called. Sends it right to Carpenter. And tried to set it where it probably should have been a bump. That one missed. And an ace for Starlin off the hands of Page. And the Lancers now up 8, 13-5. And they have taken a firm control of this game very early. Show no signs of slowing down. Sets it across. Off the net, running save by Bartles. Starlin back up, and the ball from the opposite court comes in. And we will replay. Starlin will reserve. Good spot. Diving save off the ceiling and back down. Another ace for Starlin, and the Lancers go up by 9. 14-5, and we got a timeout by the Cardinals. After timeout, 14-5. Starting with back-to-back aces at the moment. That one close to the line. Ain't going to be called out. Right at the line. Judge stepped out of the way, stepped into play, and ended up going behind him, so it makes sense that it was out. 14-6, an 8-point lead for the Lancers. As Page heads back to serve. That one right on the line. For an ace for the Cardinals. Brings them within 7. Back and let it go. 15-7, the Lancers get it back. Girdle going to enter in for Quaid. And it'll be Girdle back to serve. Back tipped high on the run, going to try to set it over and into the net. The Lancers go back up by 9. Receives high center. Going to set one to the right side. Cross court, Radicals there. Sets one back for Thompson, and she'll finish that one off. Sends it past the fuel home, and the Lancers now up by 10. The back set high. Sets one up center off the net. Leduc readjusts. Starland on the run, back in the air. The organization is too far past that middle line. That's the permanent out of bounds line here at Mcdonell. Not going to go past it. Starland dove across it to save that one. Runs it being called out. Cardinals will get it back as Radical central line drive to the net. Sent back up for Thompson into the net. Untouched by the Cardinals. So it'll be 4 hits, 17-9, as Peyton heads back to serve once again. The back received by Leduc. Up center for Bartles. Straight center off the ceiling. Diving save back in the air, but no hope for it. As the Lancers go back up by 9. And now Koenig in for Bartles. With Leduc back to serve. Leduc is there. Into the net. Thompson can't save it. And the lead cut back down to 8. The back right goes back in the air off the ceiling. Off the ceiling a few times as Seibel was trying to get under it. As the Cardinals bring it now within 7. The back off the shoulder of Starland. Seibel back up into play, and Thompson will bump it over. Saved and set across right side. Cross court, hop down to Seibel off the ceiling a few times. Leduc sends it back up, and Seibel no chance. So more drama in the ceiling here as the Cardinals once again pull it out and bring themselves now within 6. The back received by Radical. Thompson gonna set one up for Radical, and she'll finish one off. Ends the run and brings the Lancers back up by 7, 19-12. And now it's Thompson back to serve. High to the ceiling, won't touch. Back up from back row, and she's gonna set it over. Luke on the run. Thompson will bump it across for Radical. Gonna roll her over. Gonna set one back center. Good touch. Starland's there. Back across to Radical. Cross court. Touched high. Close to the net. Koenig right back. Blocked again. Back to the inside. Touched back by Leduc. Blocked again. Thompson back in the air. And Seibel sets it up for Radical. Sends one farther back to calm things down. Back up. Cross court. Offensive Seibel out of play. Brings it back to 6, 19-13. And Van Order will head back to serve. The back received by Radical. Set across for Radical. Off hands of Van Order. Back up and into the net. Now up 7 as Bartles and Quaid enter for Seibel and Koenig. And it'll be Bartles back to serve. Sends one back, trying to get it back into play. Long shot over, rolls along the net, and drops down. 9 and 11 will enter. Nelson and Martini. And it'll be Nelson back to serve. Right to the back. Radical there. Thompson going to set one up for Quaid. The back line. And out of play. But the Cardinals are in the net. So the Lancers get the point regardless. Now 21-14 as Radical heads back to serve. And Larson in for Starlin. Good spot, touchdown of play, and an ace for Radical. Brings them back up by 8. And it'll be Kazemba entering in for Bartles. Sends it right to the back, close to the wall, gonna send it back and poked over. Radical's there. Thompson across for Ledoux. To the back line, off her shoulder, sent back into play, and bumped over once again. Radical there once again. Thompson back up for Luke again. Blocked it to net, diving set by Radical, can't get it back in the air. And I'm gonna say it was end up being touched, it'll be 4 hits. Now Jaden heads back to serve within 7. The back received by Radical. Miscommunication by Quaid and Kazemba. He ends up dropping down. Starlin enters in for Larson. 22-16, a 6-point lead. The back received by Radical. Set for Ledoux. Good touch over the net, blocked right back. Thompson runs over to set it across for Starlin. Cross court, but out of play. Back down to a 5-point game. Received by Kazemba. Thompson up for Quaid. To finish one off through the hands of Nelson. And the Lancers now just 2 points away, up by 6, 23-17. And it'll be Starlin back to serve. Sends one center. Back across, right side. Good touch over. Starlin there on the slide. Quaid back across. Thompson will try to poke one over and into the net. Lead right back down to 5. And it'll be Page back to serve. Diving save by Kazemba, out of play for an ace. And it'll be Bartles back in for Kazemba. .19, now a 4-point game. The back and let it go. And ends up going out of play. Gergel in for Quaid, and it's Gergel back to serve. 24-19, a 5-point Lancer lead. Gergel will have a chance to end it here. Diving save, gets it back up and over. And a lift, possibly. Nope, double hit. Regardless, that'll end at 25-19. Lancers win their first set of the day by 6. And they'll have a chance to end it in 2 in about 3 minutes for the second set. We are back for the second set. Lancers up 1-9 after winning the first one 25-19. And have a growing fan section of collegiates right underneath me. Got about 6 from now. Come to support the Lancers here. As they will look to get their first win of the day and go to 1-1. With Luke back to serve to start us off. Good spot running save. Set up center, and that'll be a double hit. And I'm going to change that to a foot fault from the Duke. So they're going to go to the Cardinals instead. They are now up 1-0. Back received by Starling. Back across for Radical. Good touch over the net. Sets one back on the right side. Cross court, touched in the air. And back to the Cardinal side. Running back to get it on the one hand off the ceiling. And the Lancers will tie it at 1. Skimming along the net, back high. And onto the Cardinal side, but Lancers in the net. As the Cardinals take a 2-1 lead. The back, high off hands of Radical, off the ceiling a few times, and back down into the bleachers. And now a 3-1 Cardinal lead. The back off the net, Radical there. Thompson across for Radical. Gonna punch one over, tipped and handled. Back across right side. Cross court and drops down in front of Gurgle. As the Cardinals go up 4-1. Over to Radical. Thompson on the run, gonna bump him back up for Caney, gonna stand still. Bumps back, it'll be a bad angle, still gonna get it over, received by Thompson. Set across for Radical on the run. Blocked into the net. And the Lancers bring it within 2. Bartles and Quaid enter for Koenig and Gurgle. And it'll be Bartles back to serve. Received in the back, and we bumped up and sent across. Plunging save by Bartles. Close to the net, and Thompson runs out of room. As the Cardinals go back up by 3. Van Order now in to serve. To the back, Bartles gonna get it up in the air, ends up being touched over, but a lift gives the point to the Cardinals. The back sliding save from Radical. We're gonna set one up for Radical. Good touch on the net. Diving save him back across. Fading away with her opposite hand. Thompson up center. Radical in the cross, goes cross court. And drops it down on the line. Looked like it might have been touched regardless. Very close on that line. As the Lancers bring it within 3, 6-3. The back line, touched back on the run, gonna tip it back up and bumped over. Received by Bartles. Thompson across, for Luke on the run. Back to the corner, touch back high, good touch over. And Radical caught creeping up. Lofted up over her head, and the Cardinal lead now up to 4. back, received by Bartles. Set for Leduc. Sliding save in the back. Sent back up into play. Long bomb, and she's got it. Thompson again for Leduc. To the back line and out of play. And a timeout by the Lancers. 8-3, down 5 here in the second set. Back for the timeout. Lancers down 5, 8-3. Cardinals still serving, received by Starland. Sets him across, Leduc on the run, cross court. Saved and just touched over, Radicals there. Set up center for Quaid. Good spot, right back off the net. Sent back in the hands of Thompson. Radical up for Starland. Back corner and out of play. Back to serve will be Nelson. Received by Starland. Thompson across for Leduc. Blocking the net, Radical there. Thompson back out this time for Quaid. Cross court out of play. And the lead now 7, 10-3. The back, Radical gets it back in the air. Bartles will send it up, and Starling will touch it to the back. Saved and set center, blocked his net by Quaid. Back up left side. Cross court up and out of play. And the Lancers now within 6, 10-4. And it'll be Starling back to serve. Down the line, sent high. Quaid trying to send it back off the net. Touched over by Starland. Bounce back across, fading away. And Cardinals in the net. Which brings the Lancers now within 5. Starland sends that one into the net. Gives it back to the Cardinals, now up 6. The back received by Leduc. Starland up for Thompson. Blocked at the net, Radicals there. Starland back for Quaid. Touch with the net, it drops down onto the Cardinal side. Lancers bring it right back within 5. We'll go back to serve for the Lancers. Running save, gonna set one back. To the back, received by Gurgle. Starland sets one up for Radical on the run. Back to Lancers side, Bartles sends one right back. Saved and set across. Good touch to the back, Radicals there. Bartles back up. Off the backboard, out of play. Cardinals get the point. Now up by 6. Starling gonna bump one high for Thompson. Touches the net. Diving save. Bumps one back. And he'll poke it over. Radical there. Set up center for Bartles. This one across. Now back over cross court. Received by Starling. And miscommunication by Leduc and Bartles. Cardinals now up by 7, 13-6. Over in the opposite court, Newman Catholic beats Columbus Catholic 25-19. That's Columbus Catholic in danger of dropping to 0-2 in their first 2 games. As Radical digs this one up, set across for Thompson on the run, blocked at the net, tip tie by Radical. On the run, Bartles will move it down the line. Running save, don't bump it back over. Starland up for Thompson. She'll knock one down. Going cross court, and the Lancers back within 6. And again for Bartles, and it'll be Leduc back to serve for the Lancers. The back received by Page, goes to that. Thompson sends one along the net line and drops it down. Brings Lancers within 5, trying to make a comeback here toward the middle of the second set. Current score 13-8. Leduc goes to the corner and out of play. The back received by Radical. Right back to the Cardinals' side, try to go for a quick spike, and ends up setting it into the net. Just the Lancers bring it right back within 5 with Thompson back to serve. Howard to the back. Set back on the run, touches the net and drops down on the Lancers' side. And they're going to say Lancers in the net regardless. As the Cardinals go right back up by 6. The back, Radical's there. Thompson up center for Koenig. Good spot, diving save, gonna get it back up. And right down to the back line. Diving attempt by Gurgle, can't get it back in the air. And the lead up now to 7. Into that, the Lancers get it right back now into double digits, 16-10. As Bartles and Quaid enter for Gurgle and Koenig. Bartles back to serve to the corner. Gonna bump one back. Touching the net, tip tie. Back across for Radical. Save and set across on the run. Cross court out of play. Untouched, no. Was untouched, but the Lancers were in the net. That was Starland. As now the Cardinals will go up by 7, 17-10. Larson entering in for Starland. And it'll be Van Order back to serve. The back out of play. 17-11, Lancers now within 6 with Radical back to serve. The corner tipped out of play. An ace for Radical, and the Lancers now within 6. That one into the net. Right back to a 7-point lead, 19-12. And Lancers going to call a timeout, 19-12, a 7-point lead for the Cardinals here in the second set, trying to force a third. Back to the timeout. Lancers down by 6, 18-12. With the Cardinals still serving. Received by Larson. Sent across for Leduc. Blocked at the net. Not a play. Lancers bring it back within 5. Starlin in for Larson. And it's Starlin back to serve. The back, touched back and bumped over. Received by Starlin. Back across for Leduc. Saved in the back by Gwyneth. Set back and then a play. Just a tad long on the back line. As the Lancers bring it now within 4. And we can come back here late. Won that first set, has a chance to end it in 2. As that goes into the net. Can't be saved off the net by Fensky. And the lead now is in 3. A good spot for Starlin. Off the backboard, readjusts, and gets it over. But out of play. Just 2 inches off on that back line. As Starlin heads back now, 18-16. The Lancers trailed this one by as many as 7. Good spot, sliding save. Gonna bump him back off the net. Fades away to get it, received by Radical. Starlin up for Thompson on the run. Good touch. Saved and step back to the right side. Cross court, Radical can't get underneath it. And the Cardinals maintain a 3-point lead, 19-16. Lancers trying to get this one right back and pick up where they left off. After going on a 5-0 run. Received by Radical. Set across for Thompson. Hesitates, blocked at the net. Touched back to the Cardinals side. Back across. Radical's there. Back in the air from Starlin. Thompson on the run. Tipped. And saved on the Cardinal side. Bump to the right. Cross court. Cardinals is there on the touch. Back up to Leduc. Center. Down the line. Touchdown a play by Nelson. And the Lancers right back within 2 with Gergel entering in for Quaid. And Gergel back to serve. Straight center for Page. Sets one across right side. Cross court. Radical there. And miscommunication by Starlin and Bartles. Both of them could have gotten it. Neither of them went for it. And the lead right back up to 3. Now Page back to serve. And into the net. Lancers get it right back again. As the Cardinals leave the door wide open. Keeney going to enter in for Bartles. And it'll be Leduc back to serve. We just had some big serves and big moments so far this year. See what she does with it here. Set back right side. Touches the net. Gergel is there. Koenig back up. Starlin will set it to the back. Up quickly. Gergel there on the run. Across for Radical. Blocked at the net. Back there from Leduc. Thompson sends one back. Onto the side. Radical block off the ceiling. And the Lancers now within 1. Big block from Radical. Cardinals couldn't recover, and now it's Luke back to serve with a chance to tie. 20-19. Received by Page in the back, gonna run up to send it high. Good touch of the net, no one there. 21-19 as the Cardinals maintain a 2-point lead. 4 points away from taking the first set, but the Lancers right behind them. Payton back to serve. Received by Starlin. And miscommunication by Thompson and Leduc. 22-19, now a 3-point lead. The back received by Radical. Thompson will send one back onto the Cardinals side. Set up quickly, back in the air, but no one there to receive it. And the Cardinals now just 2 points away, up 4. Off the net, received by Starlin. Thompson across for Radical. To the back. And drops on the line, was touched anyway. as the Lancers bring it back within 3 with Thompson back to serve. Has to string together at least 2 of these to give them a solid chance to complete a comeback here. Thompson in the back corner, and she'll drop down an ace. Off the hands of Nelson, as Thompson now brings them within 2. Nelson the only one on that side. We'll see if she goes right back to her. They go center instead. Bump back on the run. To the back, out of play. And the Lancers now within 1 again. 23-22. And it'll be Thompson back serving with a chance to tie. Good spot, lunging safe. Back to Lancers side. And nobody there to get it. Slow bump back. A couple of Lancers stood around, none of them went for it. 24-22, Cardinals a chance to win it here. Received by Gergel. Thompson across for Radical. Good bump over. Bump back to the right side, close to the neck, and a poking down the line. Luke with the save. Thompson back across for Radical. Along the net line, received by Radical again. Right back to her. Down the line, and drops it down. 24-23, keeps the game alive. And they're going to have to get this point here to force it into extras. Bartles center in and will serve along with Quaid. 24-23. Lancers need the point here to keep it going. Bartles back to tie. Good spot, running safe. Going to bump one back to the right side. And bumped over the net. Bartles is there. Thompson for Radical. Blocked at the net. Set back. And bad pass out of play, and we're tied at 24. And a timeout by the Cardinals. Big upcoming point, 24-24. Bartles will serve it as the Lancers try to end this 1 and 2. Back. Lancers come all the way back from down 7. We are tied at 24. Big point here as Bartles back to serve it. Straight center for Page. Close to the net. Onto Lancers' side. And drops down onto the line. Once again on the return. No Lancer there to get it. As the Cardinals go up by 1 and have another chance to end it. 25-24. Van Order back for the win. Received by Leduc. Thompson up for Quaid fading away. Along the net, touch back and drops down. Lancers get the roll and we're tied at 25. And now Radical back to serve for the Lancers. Trying to give them a lead late. Sends one center. Set back right side. Cross court, Radical there. Thompson back up for Leduc. Tip tie. Sent right back and drops down on the back line. Cardinals once again up by 1, 26-25 with a chance to win it. And it'll be Nelson back to serve. The back received by Bartles. Thompson can't get up in time, and it's sent right back, and we're going to a third set. 27-25, the Lancers come back but can't quite finish it off as they drop the second set by 2, 27-25. We will play a third set in about 3 minutes to 15 to decide this one. are back for the third set. Lancers winning the first one, 25 to 19. Dropping the second one, 27-25. And now for a third set of 15, winner take all. And it'll be Leduc starting off the serving for the Lancers. The back sent high, up quickly center. Starlin back in the air, that one goes out of play. As the Cardinals strike first, up one. Hayden back to serve. Received by Leduc. Thompson gonna tip one back. Save, sent right back. Touched in the air by Starlin. Thompson up on the back over. Set quickly center and into the net. Lancers tying up at one. And it'll be Thompson back to serve. Straight center hard at ceiling and right back down. An eighth for Thompson, and the Lancers up by one. The back, and that one goes long on her. And we are now tied at two. One is back to serve. Offensive radical, Leduc back into play, but stepped over that line and into being called out. The back, Girdle is there. Thompson sent it across for Radical. Back corner and onto the line. Beautiful spot from Radical, and we're tied at three. Bartles and Quaid in for Koenig and Girdle. And it'll be Bartles back to serve. The back corner and tipped high. Back across on the run, he'll bump it over. Received by Quaid. Thompson up for Radical. Down the line and drops it down off the net. Lancers go up by one, 4-3. Bartles back once again. Good spot, bumped across, sent it right back to her, along the net, and Radical can't get underneath it. Hit the net, just rolled on down. As the Cardinals tied up at four. Back off the hands of Leduc. Thompson sends one high for Quaid. Tip to the net. Back up. Leduc trying to get a hand on it. And ends up hitting it and going right to the floor. As the Cardinals go up one, 5-4. Receive center by Bartles. Thompson tips it across. Radical one hand. Can't get it over, and that'll be 4 hits. Van Order now to serve. With a 2-point lead, 6-4. Received by Leduc in the back. Thompson on the run, gets it back in the air, and on to the Cardinal side. Dumps across right side, fading away off the hands of Quaid and out of play. And Lancers now down 3, 7-4. Dug up by Radical. Thompson up center for Radical. Good touch and saves on the side. Back across right side. Cross court and out of play. Lancers get it back now within 2, 7-5. And it'll be Radical back to serve. Down the sideline, and set one back center. Good spot. Luke can't readjust. And the lead grows right back to 3. Back, received by Radical. Thompson across. Luke on the run, will poke it to the back line, high off the ceiling, and drops down. Lancers right back within 2, 8-6. Starlin down the line. Received and set back, fading away, cross court, tip tied by Quaid. And no one there to get it. Rolling back off the nets, and the lead grows back to 3. Peyton back to serve, received by LeDuc. Starlin sets one up center for LeDuc, and down to the line. And the Lancers right back within 2, 9-7. Girdle in for Quaid, with Girdle back to serve. They're going to replay. They had some people walking across in the back. Just going to wait till they pass through. Girdle will now serve. Set back right side. Cupped at the net and out of play. And now a 3-point lead, 10-7. Page back to serve. Down the line, received by Radical. Starlin will set one up for Thompson. Touch, diving, save back in the air and sent over. Thompson is there. Set back for her. Again to the corner. Save tie, back across, this time to the left side and into the nets. Lancers once again keep it within 2. And 8 with LeDuc now back to serve. Great center of the page. Quick set over, and that'll be a lift. And the Lancers now within 1, 10-9, and LeDuc will have a chance to tie it up. Save tie. Sets one quickly, blocked at the nets, and the Lancers tie it at 10. And a timeout by the Cardinals. 10-10 here in the third set. Both teams just 5 points away from taking the second game. Back to timeout, game tied at 10 here in the third set. With Luke still serving. Lancers riding a 3-0 run. Received by Peyton. Set back to the back. Tipped by Girdle. Sent back up for Radical. To the back corner. And saved by Page. Good touch back over. Diving save back in the air. Thompson gets it up. Girdle from the back. Can't get it over, and that'll be 4 hits. 11-10, the Cardinals maintain a 1-point lead. As it'll be Peyton back to serve. The back, received by Starlin. Girdle sends one back up, and Bartles will touch it over. Punch back across and touched over. LeDuc is there. Thompson back across for Radical. the back line and out of play. 12-10, the Cardinals back up by 2. Straight to Radical. Thompson back for Radical. Blocked at the net, tipped in the air, no one in the back to get it. And Lancers call timeout, 13-10. A 3-0 run for the Cardinals, and they're just 2 points away from making a comeback and taking their first game. Back to the timeout. Lancers in trouble here. 13-10, down 3. Cardinals just 2 points away from taking the third set and the game. To the back, received by Gurgle. Thompson up for Radical. Blocked out of play. And the Lancers back within 2. And it'll be Thompson back to serve, trying to spark a comeback here late. And now a 3-point lead once again for the Cardinals, as they're just 1 point away. To the back, received by Gurgle. Thompson sets it up for Radical. Good touch to the back corner. Center right back by Bartles, back in the air. And gonna get it over. Diving save by Leduc. Off the net, Thompson gets it up, and that'll do it. No one there to receive it, and after the Lancers take the first set, drop the next 2, and end up losing it 15-11 in that third set, and drop to 0-2 on the day. So our next game will be against Newman Catholic in about 2-3 hours at about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock area. As they will trying to get a win on the board. Did get a set win. Couldn't quite finish it off. They are now 0-2, with Regis being 1-0, Pacelli being 1-0, Mcdonell 1-0. They're playing right now. Newman is 1-0 as well, with Columbus Catholic being 0-2. And we'll see you at about 1 o'clock for the next game against Newman Catholic.